Jai Radha Parishi Janaki Jai Shinitai Sachi Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Dev Subhadi Shila Prabhupada Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. We can go. Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya. 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 Which is the verse?
30.
30.
30 to 50.
Yeah. Because there is no purport, so you can, yeah, basically just reading.
32? 50?
Yeah.
Wow.
There is no purport.
Why it's too long? Then it's just a reading. You don't need me then.
Yeah, I mean, up to you. You decide whatever you want to.
Because the verse of Prabhupada, they also include some kind of purport.
Okay. If you are able to.
Let's see. So I just changed the Sanskrit for verse 30, otherwise.
Yeah.
Tato dadarsha bhagavan
Tato dadarsha bhagavan
Ashoka vanika shame
Ashoka vanika shame
Shaman svaviraha vyadin
Shaman saviraha
Simshapa mulam ashritam.
Simshapa mulam ashritam.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Thereafter, Lord Ramachandra found Sita Devi sitting in a small cottage beneath a tree named Simshapa in the forest of Ashoka trees. She was lean and thin, being aggrieved because of separation from him. Oh, that's beautiful. Rama Priyathamam Bharyam Inam Vikshan Vakampata Atma Sandarshanalada Vikashan Mukha Pankajam. Seeing his wife in that condition, Lord Ramachandra was very compassionate. What is the word for compassionate?
Avankampata.
Avankampata. Anvakampata.
But it looks like it's many words.
Yeah, must be something more
Just like
elaborated than just compassionate.
Yeah.
When Ramachandra came before her, she was exceedingly happy to see her beloved, and her lotus-like mouth showed her joy, which means she was smiling. You know, when you say your mouth is showing your joy, that means you're smiling.
It's something more than a smile.
Yes. After giving Vibhishan the power to rule, that's it. I will comment only on these two verses. After is another mood. These two verses, they have a particular mood, I will say with it.
Sure.
Because after is army and war. What? Krishna's pastime are not centered on army and war. They are centered on love. So these two verses are about love. So we're going to speak about this. It's more beautiful. Om Jnana Ganam Janam Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Savitanena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Vedati Svapadam Tikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Krishna Padaya, Krishna Prestaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta, Swami Nityanamine. Namaste Sarasvati Devi, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Pashyakari Shatari. Yes, so the translation of Prabhupada, they already include some kind of purport, because that's his way of understanding the verse, you know. And they give also already a lot, so we can just speak about that. Thereafter, Lord Ramachandra found Sita Devi sitting in a small cottage beneath the tree named Shimshapa. Shimshapa, is it a kind of tree, or this is the particular name of that tree?
I'm gonna check.
Hare Krishna. Shimshapa. In the forest of Ashoka tree. So she was sitting in the forest of Ashoka, Ashokavana. You know Ashoka tree? In India we have so many Ashoka trees. They give very beautiful red flowers. Very special. And the Ashoka flowers is one of the 5 flowers of Kamadev. So it's very particular flower. She was being and seen, being grieved because of separation from him. So he found Sita. She was alone. You know the story. Sita remained in that garden, Ashoka garden, for how many? 1 year.
Yeah.
And Ravan wanted to make her his wife, but she refused always. And somehow also she was protected that Ravan could not really approach her because she's, you know, the supreme energy. So she was captured by Ravan, but Ravan could never touch her. This is just for the pastime. Krishna made the arrangement that Sita, she could go with Ravan, but this is all the will of Krishna. This is to show the beauty of Sita to the world, that Ram organized this pastime. This is the main point of everything that's happening. Everybody is around looking upstairs. That's Ashoka tree.
Ashoka tree, yeah.
And Ashoka flowers.
Fantastic.
Wow, it's beautiful.
We cannot see.
Mayapur is full of Ashoka trees.
Yeah. Mauritius too.
No, this is not Ashoka tree.
Is not? Okay.
Yeah, this is a bigger one actually. This
Ashoka tree is like this.
Yeah,
They grow straight.
This one.
They don't grow like this. They grow up.
Like this.
Yeah, this is Ashoka tree.
Okay.
And they have beautiful reddish flowers.
This is Saras.
So this means she was living in a beautiful garden. This is Lanka, you know, city made of gold. They probably have nice gardens. If they can make a city made of gold, garden must be super beautiful, full of flowers.
Yes.
So even though she was kidnapped because she is the supreme energy of Krishna, still she's living in a very nice environment. And Ravan could not touch her. She cursed Ravan. And she remained there peacefully in that garden, feeling the separation of Ram. But that's the core. This is the core of the Ramayana. The core of the Ramayana is, what is this relationship between Ram and Sita? Some people think this is the war and Paritranaya sadhunam vinishaya sadhuskritam. But the most important thing is what is the relationship between Ram and Sita? What is their love? Because this is the ultimate reality, pure love that exists between Radha and Krishna. And Radha and Krishna, because they like to manifest their love in unlimited ways, they also appear in form of Sitaram in order to do that in another way. Form of Sitaram, they manifest a special pastime. There is a special mood in that pastime because they are married. Because Radha and Krishna normally they are not married. But also they want to make the pastime that they are married. Sometimes the gopis, they make some pastime that they will tie Radha and Krishna's clothes together and saying that now you are married. But this is just for the play, for the day, and then after, still they have to untie their garments and they have to go home because they are not married. So then, but they want also to manifest this pastime because there is also some beauty in Zwakiya Ras, when Krishna and Radharani are married. So then they appeared as Krishna expands, and first he expands as Dwarkadish, and then she expands as Satyabhama, and they can be married, but still, and then he appears as Ram and she appears as Sita. This is also another beautiful pastime with a special mood. So they are married, there is it's very pure and beautiful love between Ram and Sita. She is a princess, and Ram was sent to exile for 14 years in the forest. So when he went, she followed him. And then Ram turned and he said, "What are you doing?" She said, "I'm going with you." But Ram told Sita, "How can you come with me? You are a princess. You have lived all your life in a palace, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can you survive in the forest?"
Which can you show?
There is a very big difference between a princess who is living only in a palace and a normal person. Princess, she knows only how to live in the palace. It's very different environment when you have so many servants and everything is there and the stone is of marble and your feet has no injuries and you're living in the silk and you say, "No, how can you come with me in the forest?" She said, "I don't care about the forest. How can I survive without you? If I stay here, for sure I will die, so better I go with you in the forest." So then Ram could not say. She said, "Okay, come." Because he understood she will not survive if I go. And the proof.
What the hell are you doing?
It's Radhana's place.
So we're not looking pictures. That was nice for the activity.
Sorry.
No problem. It's interesting, and I know our mind is very used to browse on Google, surfing on Google.
My mind is
But-
Google.
During your mind is Google, probably.
That's true. Sorry.
Now it's Bhagavatam class. We're closing our eyes, we're opening our ears. Shrutu Kshitopata. By Google, you will not be able to see the absolute truth. By the ears, we can see Krishna. So please come back in the temple room, in the Ramayana. And we are in the garden of Ashoka tree. Now you see the Ashoka tree. Can you smell the fragrance?
Yes, Prashadam.
Halva.
Not the same. And so, this is what love is about. Love is about the impossibility to be a separation. And this is how we can see if we love Krishna or not. Do we feel separation from Krishna? Prabhupada says this is how you evaluate how advanced you are in spiritual life, by seeing how much you feel separation from Krishna. If you don't feel separation from Krishna, that means you're not even a devotee. If you feel separation from Krishna sometime, that means you are a devotee. Because materialists, they never feel separation from Krishna. If sometimes, only once in your life, you feel separation from Krishna, from that day you are a devotee. And then, how often you feel separation from Krishna, that much you are a devotee. So progress in spiritual life is about finding how can I develop more separation from Krishna. It is development of love, Shraddha. So in the beginning, Shraddha appears when we start feeling separation from Krishna. One first time in your life you feel, oh, there is God, and I don't have contact with Him. Why I don't have contact with God? I should have contact. That's a feeling of separation, no? We feel, I don't have contact with God. And we feel, this is a problem, I want to change that. First feeling of separation from Krishna. This is very basic, but it's there. And we all remember one day in our life we felt like this. You know, before, maybe we were telling, everybody knows God. And we heard so many times about God, but we didn't care. And then one day maybe we became fortunate and we felt, oh, but I don't have connection with God. From that time something clicked in our heart. Why I don't have, is it possible I could have connection with God? This is first appearance of feeling of separation. And then if we associate with proper person, tato sadhu sangha, who are feeling separation of God, then we will start to increase feeling separation of God. No? They will start to tell us more about God because they're feeling separation of God, they're speaking about Him always. And then they don't lose their time in doing anything else because they want to be connected with Krishna always. That's the devotee. He's always trying to stay connected with Krishna. This is another form of feeling of separation. He doesn't want to be disconnected from Krishna. So he's trying to always do something that I will keep in contact with Krishna. That was my first impression of Krishna consciousness. I found it very interesting because everywhere else I went to many different traditions and they're nice people, but when I met the devotees there was one element that was new. They're trying to always remain engaged and connected with Krishna. And their main point was this: should not be unengaged. I have to do something, or I have to think. Like 24 hours a day, they're trying to, we have this concept, always keep in connection with Krishna. In other religions, they don't have it. I mean, they have, but most of the people, they don't understand this. They're living their life and God is there and a little bit, but it's not that 24 hours a day you're trying to stay connected with God. That's a little bit too much for other people. A little bit too much, slowly. We will start by 1 hour a day and already that's maybe 5 minutes. Maybe tomorrow or maybe next week. I will start thinking about it. I have a friend, he's funny, his name Doyan Itai from Croatia or Bosnia. He's always, you know him?
Yeah.
He's always saying, yeah, no problem, Prabhu, I will be a devotee maybe tomorrow. Today, let me think a little bit, don't go too fast. Maybe tomorrow I will be a devotee. It's very funny because this is how people are, But when you meet the devotee, you see, they always want to stay connected with Krishna. And then by sadhu sangha, then you become engaging bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means you also try that now, I should always stay connected with Krishna. how can I do to never become disconnected? That's bhajana kriya. This feeling of separation is increasing. First, one time it appears in your heart, and then you meet some other people who you see, they want to always be connected with Krishna, and by their association, you develop also that feeling, oh yes, I should never be disconnected from Krishna, this is bhajana kriya. But still, because the mind, Google mind is there, we always become disconnected from Krishna. And it's difficult to reconnect ourselves constantly, and then the mind goes somewhere else. And that's bhajana kriya. Bhajana kriya means we're trying, but we're always failing. And we're trying, but we're failing. And we're trying, and we're failing. But by trying and failing, something is transforming within our heart. And gradually it will, the wrong tendencies, they will change. They will start to disappear, and we will improve. Because everything in life, you fail, you try again, you fail, you try again. Every time you become a little bit better. And that's anartha nivritti. And by becoming a little bit better every time, then you make some progress. And what was checking you becomes slackened less and less. And what is, pushing you forward is increasing. So this is anartha nivritti. Until the day where finally you manage that now, you are able to stay connected with Krishna 24 hours a day. That's nishtha. Nishtha means no more disconnection. Your mind will not interfere anymore. You always remembering Krishna somehow or other. You're not already in the spiritual world, but somehow or other, your mind is not thinking about other things. Your mind is either engaged in service, either engaged in chanting, either engaged of reading, and there is no other thought that coming and thinking, why are you doing this? Why don't you go to Tahiti and lie on the beach with, No, your mind doesn't have any more interest. He wants to stay connected, and he can. That's nishtha. So gradually, and at that point, the level of separation is still increasing. Then there will be so much taste for being with Krishna that you cannot support to lose that taste. This is called ruchi. Ruchi is compared to ice cream.
Hello.
Everybody loves ice cream.
Yeah.
If I give you one ice cream, what is the common experience of everybody once you finish that ice cream?
You won't know.
Only one idea comes. Do you have some more? Isn't it? One ice cream can never satisfy anyone.
Never. Not possible.
And now they make them smaller and smaller. If I give you 1 spoon of ice cream, can you be happy? No. You need at least some little quantity. I need some bigger quantity depending on everyone. It's like this. Or pizza, it's like this. If I give you just 1 small slice like this of pizza,
We'll see tonight.
this is torture, Prabhu.
This is torture.
This is torture. Because taste is there. So when taste is there for Krishna, then you cannot be having not enough, and you want more and more because you need more. And without having more, you feel pain. And then Ashakti comes, the attachment to Krishna becomes so deep that you cannot bear to be separated from Krishna. It's not possible anymore. You won't tolerate even 1 second. Ashakti. This is called attachment. You know, when you're attached to something, you can't give up. From Ashakti, you cannot give up Krishna. You cannot stop thinking of Krishna. At the level of Ashakti, even if you try to stop thinking of Krishna, you can't. In the same way that we are struggling to stop thinking of Maya and think of Krishna, when devotee is at the level of Ashakti, he cannot stop thinking about Krishna. And if he tries, his mind always going back to Krishna. That's Ashakti. Then from that level, one reach Bhava. Bhava means transcendental emotion. That the feeling of separation becomes so deep that you will just cry. Always crying and crying and crying. And if you feel little separation from Krishna, you start crying. This is Bhava. And then after Bhava, Prema. So this is Sita, she's on the level of Prema. But then Prema still progresses. Prema, this is starting from Rati, Sneha, Mana. Then Mana is Pranaya, Rag, Anurag, Bhav, Mahabhav. So Sita, technically speaking, she's on a very high level of Prema. I'm not expert of Ramayana, so I don't remember if she will manifest until Bhav or Mahabhav. I think, I don't know, I don't know even if it's written in Ujjalanidamani about which level of Prema Sita manifests, but very high level of Prema. What is the symptom of that level? By being separated from Ram, she became lean and thin. This is not a small thing, this is a real thing, you know. She was no more eating. Separation is too deep, she was no more eating. She would survive only by hope. The hope only would be her maintenance. Jai. Shirada Parishishari Ki
Jai.
Jagannath Dev. So this is love. This is love. Love means if we lose Krishna, then we will feel so much separation that we will become lean and seen. That's how she was. Being aggrieved because of separation from him. So the word is Vyadim. Viraha Vyadim. Vyadim means disease. She was feeling the disease of separation. Being separated from Ram was like a disease for her. Or Raghunath Das Goswami says, like a poison. Says separation from you, he is addressing Radha. Says separation from Radha is like a poison. It's like a poison that is entering into my body and spreading in every cell of my body. And I feel the burning of that poison. It's like a disease. When you feel separation from Krishna, then you will become sick of separation. And your body will start to deteriorate just because of separation from Krishna. That's a symptom of pure love. Kshama. She was a Kshama. Kshama means lean and thin. Kshama means very thin. Kshana Swaviraha Vyadim. That's her disease. Because of disease of separation, she became very skinny. No more eating. How can you survive? Just by hope that Ram will come again. Because she thinks, if I die, what if Ram comes and then he finds that I am dead? he will be heartbroken. So I cannot die, I have to survive. Because she knows that he will come one day or another. Still there is doubt, Separation means you're never sure if Krishna will come or not. Maybe he can come, maybe he cannot come. So that's our situation for 1 year, I think 1 year. In a small cottage, Ashoka Vanika Ashrami. Small cottage. And she became so lean and thin. Then next verse. Now Ram comes. This is called reunion. Krishna appears after a long time of separation. And how long the separation was, how intense was the feeling, that much beautiful will be the reunion after. That's why it said, Havada. No, Vikashat Mukha Pankajam. Her face bloomed like a lotus. She became so happy now that Ram is coming again. And what Ram felt? He felt so sorry for her because he saw her. She was so lean and so thin, so skinny. He said, what happened to you? So his heart was his heart melted. This is called Diksha, looking, Anvakampata became very compassionate. Atma Sandarshanam, when one sees his beloved. When his eyes saw the form of Sita that was so thin, his heart melted of compassion. What happened to you, Sita? Because he realized the level of her love. Atma Sandarshana Ahlada. There was ecstasy. He was surprised. Krishna is always surprised by the love of Radharani. So the whole pastimes of Krishna have this goal to show the world what is real love. And Radharani's duty in everything, not duty but natural tendency, is to always increase Krishna's experience of love. Love must always grow further. And that's her duty. She will make sure that love will always go further. So prema is not something that we can define, because tomorrow prema will be more than what it is today. So today we can say prema is this. And like Rupa Goswami wrote in Ushvala Nilamani, what is prema? But that what he wrote is already past. Because every day prema becomes something new, something that never existed before. You understand that point? That's Krishna. Krishna is always new. There is one aspect of prema happens in Anurag. It means that it is always new. The experience at every moment is new. One day Radharani, she saw Krishna, and she asked to Lalita, who is this young boy there? Lalita said, why are you asking me who is this young boy? You were sitting just next to him a few hours ago. And she said, no, I never saw that person. That's not the same person. This is this person I never saw in my life. Please tell me who he is. She forgot about the Krishna that she was sitting nearby a few hours ago when she saw Krishna. That means Krishna has become something else, something more beautiful. So that's Krishna. And one day, I was living here, 2016 or 17, let's say 17, and I went to see Akshayananda. That time he was living in Rue Pajol. Remember? Bhakti Loka. And when Rasa Leela, she opened the door, she said, "Oh, Hare Krishna, welcome. Which good news are you bringing to us?" And that question really unsettled me because that day I had really no good news. I had only bad news. It was a very difficult time for Paris Temple. I had only bad news and I was only in so much problems that when she asked me that, I felt very sorry because when you come in and you know they're so welcoming, you know, they're very warm and welcoming. So I felt bad. I cannot come to your house and just bring you some bad news. So she asked me, "Which good news are you bringing?" So I was thinking, my God, I have to find some good news. I don't have good news. And then all of a sudden, Krishna gave me an idea and I said, "Yes, I have one good news. Krishna is more beautiful today than yesterday."
Wow.
And then she said, "Krishna is more beautiful today than yesterday." That's a good news. And then she said, "Jai!" I was happy about that good news. So that's the good news. Even though if you look at the news, it's bad news always, every day.
Yeah.
But our news is very nice because every day Krishna is better. So when she saw Ram, she bloomed out of joy. Her smile became so big, you know, it irradiated. And this is Mukha Pankaja. Her face is looking like a lotus, very beautiful lotus. It has all the beauty of a lotus. Fragrant like the lotus. You know, we say Krishna is compared to the lotus because of 3 reasons. Because his smell is like the lotus. Because his beauty is like the lotus. And because his touch is like the lotus. If you touch Krishna's body, it's like when you're touching a lotus petal. It's very delicate. Have you ever seen some lotus petal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I picked them in New Govardhan in Australia. From the lake.
Oh.
Prabhupada Vyasa Puja, they asked me to take the canoe and pick up some lotus
Oh,
flower.
that's a very beautiful service.
Yeah. I was.
To pick up some lotus
Yeah.
in canoe for Radha Krishna.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that? Have you ever done that? You're very privileged, Prabhu.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not very often in this world that we're going in boat to pick up lotuses for Radha and Krishna. He did it with
was
that
for,
body.
for Prabhupada actually, decorating Prabhupada Vyasa Puja.
How many lotuses did you pick?
Yeah, I don't remember, but more than 6 at least. Yeah.
6 only.
Yeah, in New Govardhan, in Australia.
So how
The
many
devotees
lotuses do
there.
they have there?
There is so many.
So many?
Yeah.
And you took only 6?
And, yeah, I don't remember, but they had to be like open, you know, and from that point you can pick them up, and they look beautiful. But,
I went to New Rindaman, you know, in West Virginia.
yeah.
So they have the lotus pond near
Ah.
Prabhupada's palace. It's
Yeah.
like 100, 200, 300 lotuses in that.
Yeah.
There is only lotus. You cannot go with the boat between the lotus.
Ah, okay.
It's only lotus stems. And I wasn't engaged to go and pick them. I didn't even think about that, but it's a good idea. So lotus is very beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is what happens. Seeing his wife in that condition, Lord Ramachandra was very compassionate. That means his heart melted. When Ramachandra came before her, she was exceedingly happy to see her beloved, and her lotus-like mouth showed her joy. So this is 2 things, Vipralamba and Sambhu. Union and separation. Start from separation and then union. So the pastimes of Radha and Krishna, Sitaram, they are made with these 2 dynamics, union and separation. Then they become united, and then again they become separated. And then again they become united, and then again they become separated. This is the breathing of the spiritual world. Union and separation. You know, when you breathe, you feel good, isn't it? And when you exhale,
It's also good.
you exhale and block. How long you can stay. When I was young and I heard about yoga, I decided one day I went to the forest because I was living just by the forest. So I went to the forest and I sat under a tree because somehow or other the idea came in my head. The yogis, they're sitting under the tree. So I sat under the tree and I said, yeah, I'm going to try meditation. So yeah, they're doing some breathing, isn't it? So breathing. I didn't know any breathing technique, so I figured out, probably I have to stop breathing, like holding my breath. This is what they must be doing. So I started. And then I stopped breathing. And I was waiting. This is yoga, interesting. And then in the beginning it's nice to feel well and peaceful, and then all of a sudden starting feeling and then all of a sudden you feel and something is starting to miss, but I was thinking, come on, I'm not going to give up after just 30 seconds. I have to hold, I want to be a yogi, so I have to go further. So I tried to hold my breath as long as I could until the pain became so intense. I was thinking, I'm gonna die. No, I'm gonna hold it. No, I'm gonna die. Stop doing this, it's crazy. And it was really, and this happened in 2 minutes. After 2 minutes stopping of breathing, you come to that point of you will die if you don't breathe. It's such a pain that I had to breathe again. So I was a yogi for 2 minutes. And then I realized, okay, I'm not a great yogi. But I understood something from that experience. I understood this material world is pain. And there is pain everywhere, every moment. And in order to alleviate that pain, I have to breathe. And if I can't breathe, then I suffer. That means pain is omnipresent. And in order to, come out of that pain, I have to constantly breathe. But if I can't, then only pain remains. That gives me something, and I think I don't like yoga. Fortunately, after I found Bhakti Yoga, which doesn't need to experience pain, but gives to experience bliss. So, meeting and separation. The real pain is separation from Krishna, but it's not a physical pain, it's the spiritual pain, which means it also creates some bliss, some ananda within the heart. You don't feel pain. It's sad, but it's beautiful. Have you ever seen something? Sometimes some music, they're very sad, but they're so beautiful. You cannot stop listening to that music because it will put you in some mood, very sad mood, but it's so beautiful. You understand? This is what we call separation from Krishna. This kind of sadness. It's sad, but so sweet at the same time. So beautiful. This is like compared to Vishaya Amrita. At the same time, it's nectar and poison mixed together. And you feel, it's so sad, but it's so beautiful. That's what Viprarambha. It's not at all like suffering of the material world. It's not like someone who is very poor and who is suffering because he has nothing, and this is painful for the mind, because always in anxiety, that's very painful. But when you feel separation from Krishna, you feel that there is some kind of sadness, very deep sadness, but it's so much bliss because you feel separation from Krishna. And Krishna is the source of unlimited bliss. So if you feel separation from the source of unlimited bliss, you're constantly thinking about Krishna. And then that makes that at the same time you're experiencing very deep bliss, because if you think about Krishna, then you're experiencing bliss because he is bliss. Krishna means Krishna, Na means Ananda. Krishna means who is attracting because he's unlimitedly beautiful. And Na means Ananda. He is the source of unlimited happiness. So contact with Krishna means bliss. So if you think about Krishna, you become blissful. And then you are separated from Krishna, you think more about Krishna. So then it's both things. You're feeling separation, but you think more about Krishna, so you cannot suffer. You cannot die. You will survive, even though you feel that you are dying, but you cannot die. This is the experience of viraha. Viraha on Viprarambha here is Sva Viraha Vyadi. This is a disease. But that disease is accompanied with nectar at the same time. It's like dying, but you cannot die. Because at the same time that there is poison spreading in all your body, there is also nectar spreading in all your body. And you feel both at the same time. It's called Viraha. Viraha Vyadi. It's called compared to a disease. But that disease, Krishna says, is so beautiful that if you experience separation from Krishna, you want to always remain into that feeling. Because it's so beautiful. Krishna said that even my devotees, they become so attached to feeling separation from me that they don't want to give it up. How can you understand that? When Radharani says to Krishna, you know, better you leave. Because it's more simple when you're not there. When you're here, we don't know if you're really here or if you're not here. We don't know if we're dreaming. We don't know how long it will last, when you will leave. So it's always so confusing. But when you're not here, at least we know you're not here. So it's more easy to manage with that feeling than with the feeling that you're here, but we don't know if that's true, or am I dreaming, and then I will wake up and find that actually it was only a dream. It's too complicated for my weak heart. So better you leave. So that's her feeling when she is in front of Krishna. You see? So even when she sees Krishna, she feels separation from Krishna. That's one symptom of love. Pure love for Krishna means it's never disconnected from separation. There is always some drop of separation in love for Krishna. And if you will see Krishna, immediately you will feel, I hope I will never lose that moment. And you will feel immediately, no, I will also, when will I lose this moment? You know? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Lord Chaitanya says to Swarup Damodar and Ramananda Rai, says, last time I saw Krishna, my eyes filled with so much tears that I couldn't see him. And I was trying to fight with my tears, to see through my tears, trying to weep my tears to see Krishna, but there were so much tears I couldn't see Krishna. So even though I was with Krishna, I couldn't see him, so my experience was only separation from Krishna. So then he said, but now I understood. Next time Krishna will come, I will not try to see him. Instead, when he will come, I will turn toward time. And I will speak to every second. And I will say to each second, I will offer a flower garland to each second. And I will say, please don't go. Please don't go. Please don't go. In this way, I will trick time to stand still. That's his conclusion, you know. That's even in a meeting of Krishna, there is separation. So we don't go further, but what's happening is now she sees Ram, and Ram comes in front of her, and she's overjoyed. But that lasts for one moment, and then after, you know, the following of the Ramayana is also again separation is coming. And at the end of the Ramayana is what?
Separation.
She entered into the earth. Only separation remains. So it's always meeting and separation. And it's the breathing of the same pastime, Krishna Leela. Leela means it's dynamic. Dynamic means breathing. It's always have some move. And the move, you know, heartbeat is the move of our material body. If I stop heartbeat, no more life. Or you can make pacemaker, because pacemaker is creating beat, then you can live. But without beat, no life. So life is symptomized by beats, heartbeat. So same thing, spiritual life is symptomized by this dynamic between meeting and separation. You're feeling meeting Krishna, you're feeling separation from Krishna. If you don't have separation, no life. If you don't meet Krishna, no life. You need the both going constantly. Meeting is very, very intense life, but it's very beautiful. So this is a very special moment that Ram and Sita, now they're meeting again. And it stands still. You know. She was exceedingly happy to see her beloved. Her lotus-like mouth showed her joy, but he's feeling separation. He's feeling, oh, what happened to you? So his heart is melting from the compassion. But she's overjoyed because she doesn't think about herself. She's thinking about Ram. But he's not having the same. I mean, for Ram, it's like heartbreaking because he's happy to see Sita, but at the same time, he realized she has been feeling in such separation that she became so thin. So it's like both, and always both are mixed together. So this is Ramayana. This is the interesting. Krishna is merciful. This is the, maybe we could say this is the deepest moment of Ramayana, or one of the deepest moments. You know, they meet again. Another deep moment of Ramayana is when Ram said to Lakshman, please bring Sita and leave her in the forest. Don't bring her back. That's also a heartbreaking moment of Ramayana. You know that? And it's like for Lakshman it was so hard, but he couldn't go against the will of Ram, so he did it. And he brought Sita to the forest. He lied to her that, yeah, we're going to just do some rambling in the forest. Just come. Oh yes, she was so happy. And then she came down. He brought her to the ashram of Valmiki, not far, because he knew, I don't want to leave her alone in the forest. At least if I drop her by the ashram of Valmiki, she will meet Valmiki and she will be protected. So then, when she came down the chariot, she said, hey, Lakshman, you don't come down, also come and just be going around. And he said, well, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you the whole thing, but now I have to tell you. I received the order to come back without you. And then Sita collapsed on the floor because she understood that she understood Ram did that out unwillingly, you know. She understood, of course, he doesn't want to do it, but he decided to do this for the sake of the world because he's Maryada Purushottam. Maryada Purushottam, he cannot do any mistake. He has to be perfect. And for the sake of the world, perfection at that moment meant he had to abandon Sita in order to show the example that if there is doubt, we don't even think about it. We want perfection. So that was, and Ram was heartbroken in the palace because when he saw Sita leaving, she was saying, bye bye, we come back tonight, but he knew she will not come back. And he knew probably he will never see her again in his life. So he was heartbroken. And for some time she kept being so happy. She didn't know. And then but she had seen that he was, when she left, she could feel that something is wrong with Ram. But he reassured that, no problem, you can go. And then, so when she understood that, she collapsed. And he said that the forest that was silent became filled with the cries of Sita. And then Lakshman, it was so difficult for Lakshman to say to the horse, now go back to Ayodhya. He didn't have the strength to do that. He was like completely disarmed by what he is doing. Most horrible service to go and abandon Sita. I would say to Ram, you go and you do that. I will never do that. But Lakshman is Lakshman. I'm not Lakshman. I would say to Ram, why is this crazy lady? And why you want me to do that? You go and do that. And you don't do that, I will check you to do that. This is very wrong idea. We don't care about this Maryada. Sita is more important than Dharma. No, we don't care about Dharma. This is Raga Bhakti. But Ram doesn't go into that. He has to be, he's staying Vaidhi Bhakti perfect. For Radha and Krishna, they don't care. Let's break everything because love is more important. So they will always give priority to love. But Ram, priority to Dharma. That's his duty. So then heartbroken again. But then it was not finished. One day Sita came back. So they saw each other again, isn't it? They could meet again. But the people were still bad. Anyway, I'm not going into all these details. It's painful. So these are the key points of Ramayana. Radha and Krishna's pastime always here to teach us love. And if we want to progress spiritually, we have to understand this is the core of existence. It has to be also the core of our existence and of our relationship with Krishna. We have also to come to that point where we feel separation from Krishna and where our life revolves only around that moment. Being with Krishna or not being with Krishna. Everything doesn't have any importance. And that will bring us, so that's why we hear Ramayana, that's why we hear Bhagavatam, because it helps us to develop feeling of separation from Krishna. When we will develop separation from Krishna, then we progress. The more we feel separation. So we have to question ourselves regularly, always, why I don't feel separation from Krishna. And this is the beginning of feeling separation from Krishna. As soon as you feel, why I don't feel separation from that you are recentering yourself and resettling yourself in the proper direction. But if we don't ask ourselves why I don't feel separation, then we're drifting apart. We forget what is real Krishna consciousness. Real Krishna consciousness means I should be feeling separation from Krishna. So if I want to recenter myself into the core of Krishna consciousness and to make sure that I will progress, then I have to situate myself into that feeling of separation. And if I don't feel separation, then I have to think why I don't feel separation. then I am properly situated. Because I am, how to say, concerned, deeply concerned that I don't feel separation. This is the beginning of feeling of separation. I'm feeling separation from the feeling of separation. So that's good. That's how we have to start. And always thinking, why I don't feel separation of Krishna? How can I feel separation from Krishna? By hearing how the devotees of Krishna, they're feeling separation of Krishna, that's how we will gradually also feel separation of Krishna. That's why the Bhagavatam is full of separation. We're thinking, why God is making up all these sad stories always? It's all sad. All sad. Ramayana is terrible. The end of Ramayana is terrible. It's all sad story from the beginning to the end. In Krishna Lila also. Krishna appears on earth doing this. After 10 years lived with Vrindavan. For 100 years they're remaining. What is 100? What is 10 years compared? It's not even 10 years because Krishna in the beginning is so short, How long the gopis were with Krishna. They could meet Krishna finally when they Kishore. That means for 1 year, 2 years, they were with Krishna. And then after Krishna leaves, and then for 100 years, they have to feel separation from Krishna. So Krishna is also all sadness. So why is God making all these sad stories? Because that's who He is. And there lies the beauty of God. Because when you enter into that reality of the sadness, the melancholy, of Krishna's pastime, then you discover all the beauty of Krishna is there within. And that's why people cannot see it, because they don't want to, nobody wants to go into the sad story. But the sad story is the real beauty. So when you are a devotee, if you decide that now I want to enter into that forest of sadness and separation from Krishna, then you will discover all the beauty of Krishna. Until you do that, you don't understand Krishna. And you're lying on the surface of Krishna consciousness, trying to be happy, and it's not working, because you're not feeling separation from Krishna. So this is the other way. This is how we progress in spiritual life. And Prabhupada said, according to how much separation we feel. And we can evaluate in our life how much separation I feel from Krishna. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Thank you, dear devotees. Please forgive me.
I want something
Yes?
to say, because you just give so much nectar, thank you for sharing. But as regarding this love of Sita, actually Rupa Goswami explained this Ujjvala Niyamani, what is this? And Jiva Goswami is elaborating in Sandarbha, Spriti and Bhakti Sandarbha, this topic, and classify Sita's love as a Maryada Kanta Bhav. It's not Maryada Kanta Bhav.
Okay.
It is it is in category Sankula. Sankula mixed bhav.
Weak.
Mixed bhav. Mixed bhav. Mixed love. Mixed prema. So which is same like queens of Dvaraka, Rukmini, and Sita is this category. Similar, yeah. So it was explained is perfect, more perfect, most perfect. So it means that she is manifesting, as our acharyas are explaining there, this love of wifely love. Wifely love, dharmic, following dharma, being dutiful with respect to Aishwarya. So that's why it's because Radharani, Bhaktivinoda Thakur make it very clear, Radharani following those acharyas is only reserved for Radha. you know. So she is following different mark, you know, Madhurya mark instead of Mariana mark. You know, that's why it's creating a different kind of rasa. They're following different rasa. This is pure love, but different.
Thank you for reminding me. I reminded about the Queen of Dwarka. I didn't remind it if he was mentioning also the Lord of Sita. Thank you.
Beautiful class. I can hear it like for hours.
I mean, these were beautiful verses, you know.
As interesting as Mahaprabhu also is doing the same thing. He's putting devotees into trouble, and then he's saving them. And he's digging, putting them, and he's saving them. So this is what, just to intensify this prema.
Because Krishna's only reason of doing anything he does is to increase the love of everyone. Sarva Sukhi no Bhavantu. Krishna wants always to increase our love. And if we don't understand, then we're disconnected from him. But he's fine. And he's ready to do anything and everything for that. Because he knows most important is to increase love. And if love increases, then whatever had happened for that will be justified. And everybody will be benefited. He and us also. So he will. Love is the rule, and increase of love is the ultimate rule of everything. It's Swabhava Kutilo. It's Ahiri Vagatir Pradma. Swabhava Kutilo Bhagat. It's not easy, it's crooked. It's not easy to understand, so it's painful. You have to go in that way and in that way. Krishna making us going through so many difficulties. That's how love increases.
Absolutely.
Jai.
Thank you.
Jai.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
How do we stop?
Just the cross mark. Here.
Which folks take?
We stop.